It's Coaches Week here on Community in Focus with high school football so close. Well, we wanted to go ahead and get a look at some of the area teams and give you a look at why you should be excited for this coming year. Well, today we're taking a look up in Jefferson County at the Mount Vernon Rams, and we are now joined by head coach Dan Mings. Coach Mings, welcome to the show today.
Hey, thanks, Rachel.
Yeah, our pleasure. Love having a veteran coach on the show. Now, first, we'll probably touch on that, but let's talk about how's the season going so far? I mean, I know that we're preseason, but how's it getting rolling?
Yeah, you know what? We've had a really good summer. When the IHSA opened it up to being able to scrimmage and do some different things, we've had a full summer. And the weather didn't always cooperate with us, but we got a lot of things done, and hopefully we're taking the right steps to get ready here in just a couple weeks.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about the weather. Now, I know wet bulb test, we've got all that going on, but what did you do to practice to kind of get around that or to work with it?
Well, we were sort of snake bit, I mean, I would call practice from 6 to 8, and it would be so hot that you couldn't get out till 7:30.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, let's move practice back for about another, hour. And then all the storms came in, and all the lightning and all that other kind of stuff. So we're fortunate enough that we've got pretty good indoor facilities. So we were able to get a lot of stuff still done, but not too much outside, honestly. I bet we were outside maybe less than 10 times, maybe the whole summer.
Oh, it's fantastic. You've got the facilities to be able to do that.
Yeah, we're very fortunate.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about last year. Now, it may not have ended how everybody wanted it to, but what's that look like going forward?
Well, last year we lost 3 games by 11 points, and then we went out to Ohio and we played the top 50 team in the United States. So we were still pretty good. Honestly, we were still pretty good, but I think this year we may have taken a step or two forward again. So I think we're going to have a pretty decent football team, coming back. We're a junior-dominated team, whereas the last couple of years we've been a sophomore and playing a lot of freshmen and those types of things. And I think those kids are actually starting to grow into the roles. And we're really looking forward to what these guys bring to the table.
Well, sure. And you've got a little bit of that upperclassman leadership now that they're juniors on the team, and that's got to feel good too.
Yeah, they've been there and done that. I mean, the travel doesn't bother them. The level of competition doesn't bother them. So the things that we're looking for is for those guys just to take one more step forward. And it's every year is a rebuilding year. So it's not this year is no different than a year that we come off a playoff run. It's just you have to start over every year, and hopefully some new kids come and they fill those roles.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your docket going into the season. Now, you've got a pretty tough schedule ahead, starting off with a lot of away games, but then kind of wrapping the season with a lot of home games. How's that going to work for you or against you?
Well, who knows?
Okay, that's fair.
We would like to hit the ground running, pretty hard. We go Waterloo, Carbondale, Marion right off the bat.
Wow. Okay.
And those are all pretty good football teams, and they're very well coached. And then we got Althoff coming off their state championship team coming in, and then our Week 9 opponent, Tolono Unity, they've got the #1 rated quarterback in the state of Illinois. So that's going to be interesting in our Week 9. And then we really don't have a down week. And with us being, the biggest school in Southern Illinois right now, it's hard enough to find games. So we'll take on all comers. It doesn't really matter who they are because we have to fill out our schedule. And we take a little bit of pride in that. Not everybody will play everybody, but we will play everybody. I mean, if we're open and somebody says they want to play, we're going to play you. So, we know with our schedule it may be a uphill type of a battle. But we're okay with it, because if you want to get to the playoffs and you want to do okay in the playoffs, you're going to have to beat somebody along the way.
Right. Well, and I love that bring it on attitude that you guys have. So, well, Coach, we are going to wrap up our interview, but if there's one last thing that you can say to those Ram fans out there ahead of the season, what would that be? Well,
I mean, when you look at the picture behind us and that the stands are filled and the parking lot's filled and stuff like that, it's, just stay with us, Mount Vernon, because they show up for their kids. That's one thing about the Vern. They definitely show up, and we're going to have an exciting brand of football and a lot of excitement on Friday night. So just, come out and be with us.
Absolutely, Coach. I am positive that you will fill those stands again this year.
I am too.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on the show.